So I'm watching the impeachment news, and I have to repeat what I said in the last monologue. The jurors that count are the American voters, the voters. What you're fighting for here in this impeachment trial is the 2 or 3, who knows how few, American voters that have not decided and want to listen to the arguments. And that will decide the election. Usually. Usually elections are only decided by about 1%. So all you have to do is persuade some people. Now, the Democrats know that. So the inquiry in the House was all about creating headlines to slander Trump. And the first 3 days of this Senate impeachment trial have been the same. Now, what's going on? Why is it that the Democrats know what this game is all about, and the Republicans, managers, they don't know? It's very simple. The Democrats are politicians. They understand this game, the game of creating headlines that slander your opponent so you can win an election. The Republican managers are lawyers. They're not trying to convince the American voters of anything. They're just trying to make the arguments, the legal arguments. And they have such a low bar that any lawyers could do that job. The low bar that they have put upon themselves is to prevent 2/3 of the Senate to vote for impeachment. That's never going to happen. That is ridiculous. You're never going to get 2/3 of those senators to vote for impeachment. That's not the game. The game is creating the headlines, making the arguments. Now, the Republicans were initially split on this issue. For example, Justice Janine, what she wanted, as she said, we need our pound of flesh. Absolutely. After you go through all that mud and slander, you don't want to wipe it off and show that these Democrats have been lying and cheating from the very beginning for 3 years? This is your chance. Now you have an audience. Go for it. That's what has to be done. It's obvious. So what they should have done is they should have had Jim Jordan or John Radcliffe, a few of those guys in there making the arguments. Now, this is a great opportunity to make the most important argument of all. The fact that the Democrats in power in the Justice Department and in the FBI, they used the government to spy on the opposing candidate, President Trump. And what happened? They were caught, but it hasn't been really exposed. You can wait around for Durham to convict some people, but that takes forever. This is your chance. The American public is watching to make the arguments. What arguments? Well, to prove that this was, this crossfire hurricane was not predicated on any basis, that they lied to get the search warrant, and the evidence is already out on that. It should be easy. And that it was all about spying on your opponent, getting dirt on Donald Trump. Now there's even more evidence. the about the whistleblower or so-called whistleblower who had no knowledge of this whole alleged abuse of power or the obstruction of Congress, the two articles. He is just repeating what another person said that another person said. Hearsay, all this is irrelevant. We have the transcript. It's right there. Donald Trump put it out there for everyone. So that is what's going on right now. It's a really big mistake. Now, imagine all the things that could be proven and discussed. For example, Adam Schiff. He's been lying. Why don't we expose him on all the lies? He said that he didn't know the whistleblower. At first, he wanted to have the whistleblower testify. Then he said not. And he lied about from the beginning that he had evidence of Trump collusion with the Russians. He's still saying the same things. Of course, nobody can object according to the rules. Who proposed and accepted these rules? They don't make any sense. So you can slander and slander for 3 days, making accusations. Well, the Senate should never have had those rules. I don't know who approved that kind of rule. But anyway, here I am watching this, and it just irritates me, to all heaven there, how these Democrats are getting away with it. And then the Republicans say, oh, we want to make a short process. We don't want to divide the country. We want to get this over quickly. Why? This is your chance. Throw in Hillary Clinton, her violation of law. Throw them all in. Throw everything that Schiff. I can't repeat the countless lies that he has said and expose him for the liar that he is. That's how you win a trial. You have to ruin the credibility of the other side. And guess what? He is a witness he's a fact witness. He said that he didn't know the whistleblower, that he never met with him, well, it's obvious now that the whistleblower coordinated with his staff to prepare this document. And now even more information has come out that right from the beginning, the whistleblower was trying to pressure the Ukrainians to get dirt on Trump and to favor the Democrats and get more dirt. And while we're talking about it, go all the way up. Go to Brennan, go to Clapper, go to Mr. Obama. And of course, you have to bring in John Biden and his son. Well, the issue there is obvious. Trump says he wants the Ukrainians to investigate corruption. And there has been an allegation of corruption involving Joe Biden and his son. Well, if that's true, then it's obviously the right thing to do. Even if it isn't true, if there was evidence that required an investigation, then the investigation should be done. So, this really irritates me, and I'd like to know what you all think. So let me know. Thank you.